and welcome to Bethan's Kitchen and Garden. Today you'll have just seen me planting out my onions, beetroot and carrot seed, and we've got loads more to plant out today. But first off, let's go and have a look in the greenhouse, because I've got to tidy up in there and then move my plants that are under my grow lights into the greenhouse. Just coming into the greenhouse now, and I've just moved my strawberry plants that were hanging all across here out into their final positions. I've still got these strawberry plants to sort out, but what I need to do is I need to move this shelf to just outside the conservatory doors. I need to get rid of everything there because that's all gone over and has died or is bolting. The lavenders are fine, they can go on those shelves. The Hebes are fine as well, they can go on those shelves. And then I'll have a clear space to put the plants that are under the grow lights onto the shelving in here. And that means I don't have to worry about the grow lights anymore. And it also means we can get this tidied up and sorted out, ready for the summer. The weather has turned and now everything is just getting too hot. So I'm glad to get my seedlings outside now. Okay, so here we are, all brought out now. They always look so much bigger when they're in the greenhouse. I don't know why, it's just one of those things, isn't it? So I've got some aubergines here. Not entirely sure how well they're doing. I never normally have much luck with aubergines, so to me they look good, but they are missing a lot of leaves down here, so I'm not sure if that's a good thing or not. Lots of tomatoes here. I've had a bit of a disaster with silver grow because I was growing them in silver grow and they did absolutely nothing. The same with the aubergines and the chili peppers that are in the house, but I've put them on now into a different compost and they have picked up loads, absolutely loads. So that's good. And then over here we've got some gherkins coming through. I'm not intending to grow on all these gherkins. There is a plant sale in the village the next bank holiday, so I said I would grow some, and I'm actually helping out on the stall too, so I said I would grow some plants for them. That's why I've got quite a lot of everything. And then just below the gherkins are some butternut squash which are flying along now, and then we have a mammoth gold pumpkin and a crown prince pumpkin. Sadly I chitted 3, but only this one has started to show any signs yet, so I potted that on. And then this chili pepper here, this is from my click and grow unit. It's the one that I grew in the click and grow unit for the last 4 or 5 months, so I've brought it out now. Got one lavender plant, a few more tomatoes and some melons just beginning to poke through here. And then I got some celery at the back, not much because germination wasn't very good with it. And then these are some flowers called lavateria, And then these are lobelia, and these are antirrhinum, and then sunflowers here. And then since we're in here and I seem to be doing a tour, there's some dahlias coming through here from bulbs.co.uk. If you haven't got any coming through yet, you might want to buy some from them. And then there's different sort of plants down here, astilbe and peony and equinox and all different sorts of things. If I come to the other side of the greenhouse where I've got my bed, I've got some red cabbages. Now I just cannot decide if these are heartening up or if they're bolting, because to me that looks like quite a long elongated stem, which kind of indicates that they're bolting, but then that top bit sort of indicates that it's hearting up. And I've got a cabbage here. This is a greyhound cabbage, which you can see is heartening up. So I thought it would have been too warm in this greenhouse for them now, but I will leave them in a little bit longer. But if they show any sign of bolting, they are out of here, and the aubergines and tomatoes, or well, some of the tomatoes will go in their place. It is nice to come outside. So on these set of shelves I've got some leeks, and they are looking good. They are looking good. I do need to put them on, but not so far so good. Then I've got some sorry looking veg here. I think it's just too hot in the greenhouse, and they look dry, but they're not. I have watered them. It's just the heat from the greenhouse. So I reckon if I came back tonight and showed you, they would have all perked up a bit by then. But hopefully we'll get some of these planted out really soon, because these are wanting to go into the ground. And I am wanting them to go into the ground. These are zinnias. They're not looking too good, are they? And here's a really good example of where the cabbages, or cauliflowers and kale in this case, have just got too hot in that greenhouse. Behind them is alyssum, which I was sent by Ali from the Rusty Garden, or my Rusty Garden. These are some lavenders which need to go in the front garden, and some hebes which lovely Linda from the Feel Good Garden gave me. So I need to work out where to put them too. Oh, it is warm today. I'm going to have some lunch and then I will work out what my next job's going to be. So the job I've decided to do is to sow some more peas. I've been meaning to do this for absolutely ages, but just haven't had a chance to do it. So I've got some saved Kent blue peas that I was kindly sent by Bill and Val. I've got some sugar snap peas, and I've got some meteor, which will go on the end bit where I've already planted some meteor, but I'm going to sow some the other side. So I'll start off down here. And I'll sow the sugar snaps. So I'm going to put one line this side of the fence and one line that side of the fence. So I'm making a deep furrow, and then I'll pop the peas in and do the other side. Right, I'm just going to get my watering can and water them in, although it is pretty wet down there, but I better give them an extra water just to be on the safe side. Right, I'll just do this other side now, being very careful not to step all over the beetroot and radish I've recently planted. This will be this packet of peas all finished, so I will need to remember to save some of this seed for next year. I'm just going to do my second lot of meteor peas here now. My cat has been digging around in this corner area, so those peas I've had to replant, so I'm not holding out much hope. So it'd be good to get a second row in, just to enhance the chances of getting any crop whatsoever. Oh, I need to get another pack of peas. Hang on, I'll be back in a second. I'm back with my second pack. Well, that's all the peas in now. I didn't show you me planting the Kent Blue because it was exactly the same as you've just seen. But I'm going to move on now to planting out my spring onions, a couple of lettuce and some cabbage. Some of the cabbages and lettuce interplanted together with the spring onions, which I multi-sowed. So I'll just pop this cloche back on now, and we'll sort out the next bed. Hopefully by the time these cabbages grow, the lettuce will have come and gone, and then I shouldn't have too much trouble getting the cloche on and off. So it took me a while to work out what to do, because in my planting plan this was going to be 8 lots of kohlrabi, that was going to be 8 lots of pak choi, and then my 6 cabbages were going to go where that purple flower is there that I need to take out. But the kohlrabi didn't grow, and I ended up with 5 cabbage instead of 6, which seemed a bit of a waste for that bed then. So I was like, oh, should I plant out the pak choi or the cabbage? And cabbage tends to do better for me than pak choi. Pak choi bulks a lot for me. So I thought I'll put in the cabbage, and then if I've got room I'll put some pak choi in and fill it with lettuce like I did with the other one. Here's the bed all planted up. We've got 4 pak choi there, the 2 cabbages in the middle, little gem lettuce around the sides, and then 5 lots of fennel towards the back. I wouldn't usually plant the seedlings out at the size they are, but because they were in that silver grow, which I am now affectionately calling never grow because things didn't grow in it, I wanted to get it out of that compost and into the ground. So that's what I've done. I've decided to interplant some of my garlic with the lettuce I've got left over. Hopefully the garlic roots should be down low enough that they won't interfere with the lettuce, and they should grow quite well together. So let's get that planted, and then after that we'll remove the spring onions and we can plant the leftover fennel where the spring onions are. So that's the lettuce all interplanted with the garlic. There's Celtis, little gem, and a couple of Apache in here. They are very, very small, so whether they'll survive any slug attacks or anything, I'm not so sure, but it's better to give them a chance, isn't it? And here's the fennel all in. So hopefully that will grow and not bolt, unlike the other one that's over there. But I'm saving that, and hopefully we'll get some fennel seeds. I've just made a start on the harvesting, as I've just got these spring onions. So let's have a look around and see what else there is to harvest this week. I knew I should have done this harvest last night. It is now chucking it down, but I have done the harvest. So let's have a look at what I got this week. This harvest feels like a proper springtime harvest with all the lovely colours just coming through. So we've got a couple of asparagus spears at the back. The first of the strawberries for this year. We have had 2 strawberries, which me and my daughter shared because she loves strawberries. Spring onions, these were the overwintered ones. Radish, French breakfast. Carrots, Maestro F1. White beetroot that's been in my greenhouse, and then a load of chard. The chard is bolting now, so we won't get much more of that. I'll be taking the plant out very soon. Well, the plants. Well, that is it from me for today. Thank you for joining me in my garden. I've had a really good day and got a few jobs done, planted a few things out. What could be better than that? Now it's another rainy day, but that's all right because we have got some jobs done, and the rain will water in those plants better than I could. So that's it from me for today. All I can say about my work is lovely job and take care everybody.